All right, folks, welcome to Nino's Corner.tv. If you're wondering who this beautiful guest is with me, this is my sister Tresha Rodriguez. Tresha, I've had some emails, people, and a lot of people that support me on Venmo or just writing to my email talking about, like, hey, man, what's going on with your family, prayers for your family. And I've always felt like, I haven't really discussed it out in the open, but now I'm going to talk about it a bit with you and bring you on just so you know, just so that my audience knows who actually are the ones saying the prayers and putting out the good intentions, what's really going on, right? Like,
Right.
I don't really talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it with you today. It's a little bit of a different podcast.
Yeah.
Folks, it's been pretty heavy on both me and my sister and my other sister Nicole, and
Yeah.
we've been dealing with this and I guess we're just going to talk about how fast it all happened, just like an avalanche. Once dad turned 85 and mom turned like 83, it was just a hard left turn.
We've been on an emotional roller coaster for sure. It's been like a soul searching, mind bending ride.
Yeah.
David, every day I just feel like I start over and I just pray. I swear I pray a lot. And I just, I think, thank God, like we have family. We just kind of come together and each of us does our part. And we're just one step in front of the other, Like
I'll
how have you,
say, I'll say, like, you coming down, I swear, folks, I couldn't do any of this by myself. She does a lot of this, all the detailed work with the nurses and the putting him in a rehabilitation center. So my dad is out of ICU. He's in a rehabilitation center right now. But honestly, folks, it's like we're in the trenches and we never know what's going to happen from literally 1 minute to the next with everything going on. It's like
yeah,
1 minute everything's fine, the next it's just a catastrophe.
yeah,
We're in the trenches. It's like we're in the
yeah.
trenches with grenades being launched at us, and it's
It's
been
true.
extremely hard. It's this has been the
I
most trying,
know.
hardest time of my life.
I feel like we've been in some kind of high impact football game. Like I run interference, I throw the ball to you. I swear to God, like it's a game of inches, And
Yeah.
and I think one of the things that we talked about was like the incompetent. Like, listen, and I want to preface this with there are some great doctors and nurses, and then there's the ones you really have to watch out for. Okay, folks? Like,
Yeah.
like, okay, and I won't say any
And
names.
it's not just they're like incompetent, it's some of them are just mean.
Well, yeah, Nazi mean.
Yeah.
Like they don't have the time for you, they don't care. But one of the main doctors, remember, she's like, you have one of two choices. We're gonna put him out and we're going to turn him back on like a computer and we're going to intubate him. And you and I were like,
Yeah, it's like he's 90, going to be 91 years old. Does that sound safe? So we battled against that and we got them just to higher the doses gradually, which worked. And I'm not taking the
yeah,
expertise away from the doctor or anything like that, but they don't
yeah.
care about your loved ones like you do, obviously.
Ooh, you gotta run interference. We've had a lot of these situations, David. I'm like, what? Remember the nurse who didn't know her medications?
No, no.
She told us that they gave him a dump of 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗶, which when they did that a year ago, it shot him to Mars for like, I don't know, 10 days. Like
And
I
that's
we
where you come in because I don't pay attention to these details. I was just like, wait, what's going on here? But you pay attention to the medicine, the exact details within, and you understand everything, all the precise details within this. Where I'm just kind of like, well, I'm just doing what they're saying. I'm trying to keep dad okay. I'm trying to keep mom okay. I'm running back and forth. Where you're doing the same thing, but you're paying attention to these finite details,
Yeah.
and
You have
that's
to pay attention. You have to have family members who, I mean, and then you know what, David, this just reminds me of everything that mom brought us up to believe in. It's like family is everything. And we don't just dump our parents off. We're
no.
there. And this particular nurse, remember, she's in ICU and she didn't know the difference between phenobarbital, which is a serious seizure medication like from the 60s, or phospheno, which, because I read up on this, I'm like, yeah, you're not just going to dump this on him. And she goes, oh, no, we gave it to him this morning.
And they
Remember?
didn't.
I go, what? I said, what are
Oh,
you talking?
that's right. Yeah.
I go, hey, can you turn on your computer and show me? And then right then you jumped up and you were like, what the hell is going on here? And she goes, yeah, see right here. I'm like, no, that's phospheno. That's a very different drug from pheno. I'm like, my God, she needs to go back to school.
Which also makes you realize just how easy they were able to pull off everything that happened in 2020 in the hospitals, folks. And that's all I'll say on that. But first, Get your collagen, folks. Yes, I got to do it. I got to do it.
Okay.
A meta-analysis of 23 controlled trials showed that people taking collagen supplements saw real improvements in sun hydration, elasticity, and reductions in wrinkle depth. That means collagen isn't just a beauty fad. It's one of the most studied supplements proven to actually change how your skin looks and feels. This is why I use today's sponsor, Ageless Multi Collagen, and I'm obsessed with how it makes my skin look. It supercharges my skin with 5 types of premium collagen needed to reduce wrinkles. Since I started taking collagen daily, I've noticed smoother skin, more elasticity through fine wrinkles, and a youthful glow, folks. Plus, it helps improve my joint health, bone strength, and connective tissues. Grab a bag of Ageless Multi Collagen today for 51% off, only at Health with Nino, folks. It's BioTrust Collagen. It's down in the link below. Plus, you'll get a free VIP live health and fitness coaching for life and an ebook titled The 14 Foods for Amazing Skin, a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, and free shipping with every order. Get started on it, folks. You won't be sorry. So I think, with everything that you and I have endured in this, and I think it was important that we do this because I have had, and there is some audience members that are like, how are your parents doing? We want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Folks, it's been brutal. It's been an emotional roller coaster. I'm running on fumes. I can't even do a podcast some days.
You get that feeling in your like all of a sudden you get knots.
Yeah.
I'll get
adrenaline.
knots.
I'm on adrenaline all day long.
Yeah. And then I run out the door. I go, okay, I gotta move. And I'm like, let's get her to watch mom. And I'm like, I run out the door and I go, okay, what's going on? And God, David, I don't know. I'm kind of a pit bull, but I don't care because it's our parents. I'm like,
just knowing that dad's not going to be 91, mom's going to be 86, and her birthday's coming up this October 26th. Her birthday's falling on the same day of my sobriety.
Oh, wow. That's right. How many years now?
It's going to be 6 in December, 6 years.
That's amazing, David.
And I don't know. I just feel like
talk about a turning point for you.
Yeah. But this is also like I couldn't do this if I was not sober. Like I couldn't be able to do what I'm doing with my parents and having the endurance for this. I mean, if I was just because inside, as an addict, as someone who drank, I do want to break off and run to the bar. I do want to go see my friends. You want to have that social decompression, that you want to get around your friends, like-minded people, or what I thought was like-minded, and just let go, let loose. And I can't do that now.
I don't have that. You don't have that. But I see you go to the gym.
Yeah.
I see you doing other, and that holds you together. But man, thank God. I was thinking about this too. I'm like, like one of the highlights for me was when you, me, Nicole, we were at Burger King in the parking lot. We did like a huddle and we started praying. And I don't want to get emotional because I can very easily, but that meant a lot to me because I'm like, damn, you really, family first and God and country and all of that stuff. Yeah, because who do you have? Remember that nurse who told us that more people drop their elderly parents off at ICU and they have bleeding, pus, disgusting ulcers on their backside. And he's like, your family actually really cares. He's like, wow, I'm impressed.
But here's the thing: you got to be there to stay on top of these nurses. Of what I've learned, you can't just drop them off at the hospital. You can't just drop them off. And people tell me
they can't fend for themselves.
No, to put them in a nursing home, that's the worst place you could put them.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's like if you want them to just be abandoned, but I understand some people have to work jobs and do different things. I mean, I get it. I totally understand it, but it's like caring for babies at this point. It really is like caring for babies.
You know what? It's like I think about that and I go, man, they had patience with us when we had a dirty diaper or when we wanted to follow our dreams, so I always go back on that. And the love is so strong in our family, David, it truly is. The love is so strong. We've had our gripes and everybody does in their sibling relationships, but overall it's that love that bonds us, and mom and dad instilled that in us. Yeah. They really did. And so I don't understand the kids who do that, I don't understand that. And David, like 1 in 6 elderly people, I was reading up on this, over the age of 60, which I think is pretty young, they're abused. Like that's
yeah. Like my friend Carrie Kasem.
Yeah.
Like she was she is an advocate for that, for the elderly that are abused. Her father was abused. The famous radio DJ was Carrie Kasem. But but to me, I can't believe how nurses treat. You can always tell someone how they treat a waiter or an elderly
Yeah.
person or a
Abs-
child, what's really going on with them. You could
Yeah.
see if
You
you're
get
around
that
someone,
vibe, you
yeah, if
know?
they're just mean to
Yeah.
like a waiter or an elderly person, or they don't hold the
Shouldn't be
door.
in the healthcare industry, you
No,
know?
but they are
Yeah. I
flooded
know.
with those people.
Yeah, I know. How about the head of how about the head of the hospital saying to me after we had that little scuffle with the nurse and I was like, "Wait a minute, I'm sorry. You shouldn't be in ICU. Like you need to go back to school. You don't know your drugs." And then I demanded another nurse, remember?
Yeah,
And the head of the security was like, "Well, we need to protect our nurses." I said, "What about protecting your patients?"
yeah, 100%.
What the what?
I
She doesn't
know.
know the difference between this drug and you're in
Yeah,
ICU
and they're about to give it to my father.
yeah, get
A
out.
completely different drug. She's incompetent, and I'm not going to say names. We're not going to name list the
No,
hospitals. We're not doing
then
that.
there's the amazing people.
But
But
there
you get
are
to,
some. But it's
yeah,
rare. It shouldn't be rare if you're in that
yeah,
field of work. If you
yeah,
don't like what you're doing, quit.
yeah. And then
Do
we get
something else.
do something else, man. And then we get over to rehab and they didn't bring an important seizure medication when we just magically found the formula over here. We come over here, for his
And they
strength.
forgot to transfer it.
Just forgot. And I knew, I said, you know what? Let me ask her. I go, can you tell me what you're giving him? Because I know everything transferred. And then I told you, she said, oh, that was just a one-time dump on the IV. I'm like, no,
Oh.
no. Because I'm there at 6 a.m. talking to the doctor. She told me that transfers over into a pill form. So no, now we need to call. So it's like you're following up, and it's exhausting.
It's
There's no,
it's
there's no communication. I don't think they care.
no, they don't, and obviously no one's going to care for your parents like you do, like we
Yeah,
do.
like we do.
But
Yeah.
it's just sad to see the failing system. It really is incompetent people. How many of the nurses didn't even speak English?
Oh, that's another
That was
problem.
even the hardest thing for me. I was like, whoa, man, like we are here in America. You can't even speak a lick of English. And
No,
and
no,
you're communicating. We're dropping the ball big time.
big
The one
time.
thing I will say that I've noticed about the hospital since the last time we were in there with this type of emergency is
Yeah.
they're emptier now. Like they're not as full. Remember, they were full with illegal immigrants,
No, that's
and
true.
yeah, and now when I go in, it's just a few people in the waiting room. It's not overly packed to the gills like
Yeah.
it used to be.
Yeah. You know what? That is true. I think I'm so hyper focused on dad
Yeah.
and the nurses and the doctors that I don't really, I'm not even looking at that. I'm just like, hey, 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 bring in the bedpan.
Yeah, but the fact that we have to tell them what to do blows my mind.
I
Like they
know.
would just neglect them and leave them in the ICU to just pass away. I don't even know. Like,
Well, okay. Or the other time when I was standing there, God, we have a lot of stories, which we shouldn't.
no,
We shouldn't. Another time I was standing there and his blood pressure just whoop, and I thought, oh my God, did someone trip over the cord? Like what happened? But we did have a really good nurse. He ran in, he gave dad fluids, but I saw it and I'm like, damn, you're in ICU, you expect a certain level of care. David, I don't know. I don't know how to fix that. Or well, I do. You have to be there. You have to have someone advocating. Again, it goes back to like what Charlie Kirk talks about, what he talked about, which was family, honoring your mother and father in the Bible, like just doing the right things and hopefully you have a good outcome. But why does it fall on our shoulders? Like look at me, I'm exhausted.
so am
You know,
I. So am I. It's like you run on fumes. I can go see dad right after this, and it's like
yeah,
we don't know how much time we have left with them. It's just like we take it moment by moment, and that's what makes it so much more valuable. It's so tough to like deal
David,
with.
I hold on to those golden moments. Resolve to love when be grateful for what we have. Like last night, I was holding mom's hand, and man, she is so poetic, David. Listen to what she said to me. And I'm like, because I swear to God, anxiety runs in our family like a mother effer.
Yeah.
She was nervous. I'm like, Mom, calm down. It's okay. And then she goes, oh, Tresha. She goes, you flew in through my window like a little bird on my bleakest night to show me all this love.
I know
I
she has
mean,
dementia, folks. She has dementia. She says things
okay.
like this.
She says the other day, I don't want to go back in time through the muddy waters of time. I swear this woman is like Shakespeare to my ears, and then she just speaks to my heart. David, you know what
I
I'm
know.
talking about.
I
You
know.
kill, you're like, doing.
Where is she right now? Is she in the kitchen?
No, she's back there with Betty. I'm gonna
Yeah.
take care of her in a little while, but no, she's good. She's doing all right. And dad was doing okay. He got a breathing treatment, but yeah, you're just like
Just
one step in front of the other. And
I
And
just
then,
want people to know what I'm going through, for the last
yeah,
5 years. It's been 5 years, folks. And I know like it just keeps happening. And I know we're in the twilight years of my parents, but I think it was important to shine a light also just how incompetent these hospitals are. And just, I mean, although there's been some great nurses, I'm going to say there has been, and they have saved his life.
yeah,
But the fact that
there's,
we've had to be on top of some of
yeah,
these people
is
for everything, and that's the important thing here.
mind
It's
blowing.
like you got to know your rights. You got to know what you can and cannot say. You got to know what you got to understand. You got to force yourself to talk to these doctors. You got to make yourself known, make your presence known in these places, or folks, you can lose someone you love. Like it's a battlefield. It is
David,
the trench warfare.
yeah, true that. And let me just say this, like on this side of the trenches, it's like, man, you look, get up at 5, show up at 6, because that's what I think they're trying to avoid you. Honest to God, I
Yeah,
do.
it's yeah, yeah.
Show up at 6, your butt better be there. You better ask the right questions. You better write it down. You better know what you're talking about, because God forbid, like we went to the next place and she's trying to convince me, no, that was a one-time dump. And I go, I swear on my life, I had a conversation with this woman. Is not a one-time dump.
You're
It's a
doing all their jobs.
yeah, yeah. However, I will say this, there's another doctor, the pulmonary guy whom I love, and he has, I think, more than once saved dad's life. He's like, do this, do that, do this, and I'm like,
Yeah,
thank you.
whispering in your ear, telling you like, hey, like, yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Hey, you're POA, you do this, you question that, you do this. He comes in, he's always checking. Like you do have these amazing
So
people.
what do you think it is? Just laziness? Just not
Um,
caring about the patients? What is it? Because
I
I take
I
offense to
think,
it, obviously, because it's my parents, but the fact that they just drop the ball so much and then
yeah.
get mad at you and then threaten to kick you out of the hospital when you raise your voice and say, how come you don't know what you're doing? Like me. That's what I do, folks. I get
And
mad and I say something
he
and then
gets mad,
they
and
call
then I
security
defend
on me.
you. Yeah,
And
he
thank
gets
God I
mad.
know the cops, and the cops come and they're like,
Yeah.
hey man, we know this
Oh,
guy. And then
that's
we
a
tell
whole.
them what's happening, and then they take our side.
Yes, they took our. He was like, "Oh, don't worry about it." I know. And then I had to bust him up. I was like, "No, no, 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 no. This girl doesn't know what she's talking about. We need a new nurse." And then security's like, "Why do you got to protect my nurses?" I'm like, "You got to protect your patients, man."
Patients come first.
Oh, it is. I think also doctors get desensitized, David. I think they're like, oh, okay, it's A or B, knock them out, intubate them, or it's this. And I'm like, yeah, we're gonna pass on the first option. And I'm calling Nicole and we're talking. And I said, how about you just calibrate the drugs again, like you did last year, And then,
And then when they're asking us if we want to resuscitate them or this or that, man, I
oh,
just
I
can't
don't
even deal with those questions, man.
Yeah, that's the weight of the world on you right there. So yeah, you have to really use your common sense, talk to your family, you got to talk to people you trust, you
Who
know?
trusts? Who trusts? I mean, we know the gig is up, especially with what happened in 2020. And folks, they're still they're still walking around with masks in the hospital. I mean, these people just really did not learn anything from what happened in 2020, and these people are in charge of your health, and that's why I wanted to bring this to everyone's attention. Also, Tresha, I know you're still doing the Patriot switch today, or the switch with Tresha today,
The
uh,
freedom switch. Yeah,
the
the freedom
freedom
switch.
switch. So that's also a
David,
big
you
thing.
started.
I started it. Yeah, I
You
did. I did.
did.
I'm okay. I did, but I mean, you're still going strong in this, and
Yes.
I still use the products and this and that. So tell my audience a little bit about what you're doing, folks. This is important
Okay.
because at least the tariffs have no effect on you if you're buying American and you're
Hello.
buying the beef
Yeah.
so go ahead, Trisha.
Okay, so the freedom switch with Tresha.com, which David, we started this like 4 years ago. We're still going strong. It's a great thing. So it's toxic-free products. It's clean beef. Okay, you don't want to be buying the E. coli over there at the big box store. God forbid the screw worm, because we bring meat in from like 16 different countries. Don't eat the beef. But for people who say, "What can I do in my community?" It's like, well, first of all, support USA. Vote with your dollars. You don't have to support the big box stores. Break up with big pharma. Let's do preventative measures to keep ourselves healthy. So God forbid, you're in your 70s and 80s and you're not sitting at a hospital getting jerked around like that. But it's been an incredible mission, because look, I'm just going to give you a little example. Every time you go to a big box store and you buy all the detergent, or it's not a sexy thing to talk about, but it is what it is. If you buy the toilet bowl stuff with all the chemicals, a little kid drinks it or whatever. And we have 67,000 kids a year who end up in the ER, being poisoned, and that's the truth. Look
It's
it
like
up.
the
Look
place you
that
don't want to
statistic
be.
up.
It's like we were just talking
No.
about that. It's the place you don't want to be.
That is not a place you want to be. So you can vote with your dollars, support USA, support your rancher, and you can go to the freedomswitch with and break up with Big Pharma. And also, let me say this. Why would you go to a big box store, buy this poison from China, right, David? Why would you do that? And then they are using your money to pay for their lawsuits. They
Yeah,
don't change
look,
the
I'll just say this. I just like having a box delivered to my door every day. I'm lazy anyway. I don't like to go shopping. So when it comes to my door, I'm like, all right, cool. And I have more than enough and it keeps coming and I'm happy. And I get the beef, the ribeye, the sirloin steaks, and I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
Um, so Trisha, are
Everything,
you
everything is toxic free. It's cheaper. He doesn't
oh,
believe in the big celebrities advertising. They're very patriotic. You're supporting USA. Now, I mean, when should we do this? More than ever, and it's cheaper. It's a no-brainer. It's cheaper ounce per ounce. Like, why wouldn't you? You know what I
so
mean?
are
But why
you
would you support a big box store when they're using your money to pay for lawsuits and they're not changing the ingredients,
yeah.
David?
No, I definitely agree with you. And
You know?
I almost want to start I almost want to get a hold of Kasem herself and just get involved with this elderly thing because
Oh God.
I feel like to be quite honest with you, like this is
Yeah.
resonating in my heart so much. I've never
Yeah.
seen so much neglect, and I got to tell you, the elderly, it's children. Like there's three groups for me that I'm a big advocate for: the children, the
Yeah.
elderly, and animals. Those are
Yes.
all three off limits for me. Like you just don't mess with any of those. You don't. And to watch how
But
people really, you
they're
see how people
so,
secretly treat elderly people behind
yeah,
closed doors. You
they
learn
don't
a
care.
lot about them, don't you?
Yeah, they're vulnerable. They're a vulnerable section of our society. And David, we go back 5 years when we had a certain person abusing our parents on a property, okay? And we had to evict him. That's when it kind of started. So, you start to slip a little and
They see
then
weakness. People see
they see
weakness in
weakness. It's
elderly,
like
especially if they're in
hyenas. They're
business.
like,
Yeah. Yeah, and that's human nature. At least
yeah,
for some
vultures.
people that are predators. They don't care if you're elderly. They see children as prey. They see weak people as prey. They see animals as prey, elderly as prey, and you learn a lot about a person on how they treat children, animals, and elderly people. I'm telling you, folks.
Yeah, I
Or,
know.
or people that have jobs considerably that they consider lower than how they treat someone like a janitor or a
Yeah.
waiter or whatever. You watch that. You learn a lot about a person with that.
Oh,
I
I've learned so much just hanging out. And I'm going to say something, this might seem a little off the cuff, but remember when Dad started coughing a lot? I really thought about this morning. I was like, hey, and the cleaning lady came in, honest to God. I go, hey, what are you using on the floors in here?
Do you let them use the toxic free stuff? Are you serious?
Listen, Juanita, I was like, let me tell you something. We got to do toxin free in here. Cause I was like, why is he all of a sudden just like hacking it up? I'm like, this doesn't make sense. But listen, I do believe, that you got to be smart. A little bit, David, a little bit of poison here, a little bit of poison there.
Yeah.
You're putting all this stuff on your skin. It's going right
You
into your
notice
blood.
when they come and spray for bugs too, that dad starts hacking a lot more.
Yeah,
I
maybe
thought
that's what it is.
I don't know.
Maybe,
I just noticed like whenever they come and spray for insects, he starts really coughing up stuff.
maybe that has something to do with
I
it.
don't know, but I mean, obviously none of those chemicals can be good for you, but I
Yeah.
just wanted my audience to know like where I'm at with everything and why this is still folks, I still keep coming and pounding out these podcasts and do what I got to do, but I'm telling you that we are in the trenches as a family right now, so please more prayers needed.
Yeah.
And if
So
you you
thank
know
you. Like, thank you. Your audience is great. David, I've spoken to some of them about, the freedom switch and other things. We get into conversations. Your audience loves you, David. They're loyal. They love you. They're terrific.
they're like
And
family, they are extended family, so I
uh,
call them the Black Sheep family. I started that thing on Nino'sCorner.tv, the ringside with Nino and all this stuff, so I just feel like it's a community, man. Like that's my goal is to create this community, not a cult, a community. There's a big difference, right? A cult is like I just tell everyone I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to find out what's going on, just like everybody else, and I try to bring on the best guests and ask the best questions, and
well,
that's what I do.
one of your fans, I mean, or audience members gave you a real compliment. And he was like, you know what? Your brother's very open-minded. He doesn't just jump to conclusions. He asks intelligent questions. I was like, yeah, he does. Like, you have like loyal people who really admire you. And
Thank
I
you.
just want you to know that. Like, good job. David.
Yeah. Yeah. You've been talking to quite a few of them. So, all right. Trish, I love seeing you. I'll go visit mom right now and I'll go see mom and I'll go see mom and then dad. So folks, there it is. So now you know what's going on within my family. That's why I wanted to bring this to your attention. And
But
thank you,
David,
everyone.
can I say one last thing? I
Yeah.
really prayers do work, and I've never prayed more in my life. It's like every day it's the serenity prayer because it's like one step in front of the other. And I just want to say that when you ask for prayers and stuff, I really do feel it. And I feel like prayer, David, has really pulled us through. I honest to God do. I honest to God do because I'm like, oh, we got another Hail Mary pass.
What about man, I should have shown it, but what about the orbs we've been seeing in the room?
Oh
We've
yeah,
been
yeah,
seeing orbs around my parent, which I don't want to even think something's getting ready to happen, but I mean, we've
yeah.
been seeing that at night in the night camera. We've been seeing these orbs fly through the room, and it's been so enduring. It's been so tough to deal with all this shit,
I
man.
think that's just like beautiful energy visiting you, you know. I really
Yeah,
do. But you got to pray. I just think that if nothing else, man, you got to like instill those values in your kids because then your kids will take care of you. And our
yeah,
parents did a great job. Like props to our parents because you know, David, I just try to fill mom's shoes. I'm like, what would mom do? Okay, I got to do this. I got to talk to this person. I got to do that. You know, and I might be a little bit of a nervous Nelly. I think we all are in our family, but man, prayers and just doing the right thing and
and
instilling value.
mom may not be able to like put the words together,
Yeah.
the way properly, but I know what her intent is. I know what she's trying to say.
Yeah, you do, right? Like you
Yeah,
hear, you know what she's gonna
yeah,
say, subtext of a message, or what she says. Like the words might get scrambled sometimes, but you know what she means.
yeah. Anyway, Trisha, thank you for coming on, folks. Yeah, if you want to do the freedom switch, you can hit it down there below. And also, I'll see you at ninoscorner.tv for the ringside with Nino on the 29th, and then 𝗬𝗏 and Sheila Holm will be the generals in the generals tent October 30th. So that'll be good. All right, Trish. See you
Love
right
you.
now.
Okay.